Does Chris Olave have top 6 fantasy upside? He's currently going in the third round of fantasy drafts as the wide receiver 15, and while some may think this is aggressive, with Derek Carr coming in and stabilizing the quarterback situation in New Orleans, there is room for upside. After an elite rookie season, overwhelmingly, all of the data suggests a big year 2, and you won't believe his 4 closest comps. So the starting point for all of this is Chris Olave's talent profile, and it already suggests that he has wide receiver 1 upside, despite being a low-end wide receiver 2 last season. So let's start with Olave's ability to earn targets. He had a 26% targets per route run last season. Since 2011, that ties to a top 6 wide receiver finish. Secondly, we have his yards per route run, which is another data point we love to use. It does tell you about their targets, but it also tells you about their ability to do something with the ball after getting it. And that 2.42 also maps to a top 6 wide receiver finish back to 2011. And our final data point on the talent profile, his 82.9 PFF rookie receiving grade, which puts him in elite company in terms of fantasy wide receivers. In fact, if we take these 3 data points going back to 2011 for wide receivers that were on the field for at least 60% of their team's passing plays, Olave's comps are Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, and Odell Beckham Jr. And that brings us to the signing of Derek Carr, which is secondary to the talent profile. And look, we know Derek Carr is not a world beater, but he has been able to support high-end fantasy production with either 1 or 2 wide receivers in 7 out of 9 seasons in the league. And when we look at the final component of this puzzle, it's just breaking down the Saints wide receiver room, and it doesn't look that great. Michael Thomas, he could be gone. Look at the way they restructured his contract in January, could very easily be released. Then we have Alvin Kamara facing a suspension, and even if he plays the whole season, a good running back gets a 15 to 20% target share. There's still a lot of room left. Just look at the last 3 seasons. Davante Adams was the wide receiver 3, scored over 19 fantasy points per game. I get it, Davante Adams is really good, but go back 1 more year. Hunter Renfrow was the wide receiver 10 with Derek Carr, and 1 year before that, we had Darren Waller finish as the tight end 2, averaging over 17 fantasy points per game. And we have Rashid Shaheed, who did an admirable job last season. He is a undrafted rookie out of Weber State, came up with an 18% targets per route run, a 2.59 yards per route run. So there are things to like about Shaheed, but he's not someone that we should expect to truly challenge Chris Olave and keep him from posting something like a 30% target share. So in summary, many drafters may get sticker shock when looking at the wide receiver 15 price tag on Olave, but given his talent profile, the quarterback situation, and target competition, he has wide receiver 6 upside, giving him plenty of room to outperform his current ADP.